Let me see. Oh, have you heard about this guy? Desjardins? Scott Desjardins. Now, he just got reelected up in Tennessee. He's a anti-abortion, pro-family Tennessee congressman. He's been in Congress for a long time. Let's see how long. Well, I don't know. A number of times. Scott Desjardins. Well, guess what? It turns out somebody did some research and got hold of the documents from his 2000 divorce proceedings. The year 2000 divorce proceedings. Now, this Republican, Christian, pro-family, anti-abortion guy, and he's a doctor also. And the picture that comes out, because of sworn testimony in the divorce, here's a guy who had multiple affairs with co-workers and patients, at least one of whom he prescribed pain pills for, while he was chief of staff at a local hospital. Not only that, but he forced one of his patients and one of his mistresses to get an abortion and agreed that his wife should have 2 abortions, according to court transcripts released today. The Huffington Post first reported that Desjardins pressured one of his patients to abort a pregnancy that she said came from their flings. The doctor calls the 24-year-old a psycho in the transcript of his testimony. Desjardins won re-election last week, even after reports surfaced that he had sex with other patients and that he prescribed them pills. Desjardins admitted to the Huffington Post report, but challenged the credibility of the latter case, whatever the hell that means. Turns out it was all true, as well as reports that he denied during his 2010 campaign that he stuck a gun in his mouth for more than 2 hours and threatened suicide after it became apparent he could not repair his marriage with his then-wife, Susan, the one he suggested get 1, count 'em 1, 2, count 'em 2, abortions, and all the people he'd been banging, and all the abortions he had forced. You know, I hate these goddamn people. I hate these people. You hypocrites, you filthy hypocrites. You are disgusting. Oh, my God. Desjardins said, he testified under oath that all this stuff is true. He said, quote, "It's very embarrassing to talk about. I know better than this." His wife also accused him of dry firing the gun outside her bedroom, although Desjardins testified he'd only been spinning the empty chamber of a revolver. Desjardins said, "I deal with people in the hospital that do this. Suicide threats is probably the most immature form of attention-seeking behavior that there is, and I resorted to that on this evening, and I regret it. I regret that she felt threatened by it, and I'm very ashamed of it." That incident occurred the same week that Desjardins admitted to his wife that his patient might be pregnant. The marriage had been on the rocks for 2 years prior when she found out he was banging somebody else. He had been trying to reconcile with his wife when the doctor-patient relationship became a problem. What a son of a bitch. And you know what? I'll bet he goes to church every Sunday. What do you want to bet? He goes to church every Sunday. I'll bet he can tell you exactly what page in the hymnal you'll find "Nearer My God to Thee," or "The Old Rugged Cross," or "Onward Christian Soldiers." I'll bet you he can. Several prominent local Republicans have been mentioned as potential primary challengers in the next election if Desjardins decides to remain in Congress. Desjardins' office had no immediate comment on these documents. House Speaker John Boehner did not answer a request for comment. Now, aside from all this garbage from this hypocritical son of a bitch, he is also facing a probe by the Tennessee Board of Medical Examiners, and some of his explanations and denials are apparently lies based on his own sworn testimony. Why don't you get that pistol, Mr. Desjardins, and lock yourself in the bathroom, put it back in your mouth, and this time pull the trigger? Oh, now don't send me a letter from the National Suicide Hotline, people. That would not be suicide. That would be a mercy killing. He admitted he had sex with other patients, including the woman who got Darvocet from him. Darvocet. Oh, it just goes on and on. I just thought I would throw that in. You can throw it right back out.